Lee, so I was going back and looking at, and I meant to look at this earlier, but this Gilbert Arena situation, right? Let's just jump back on this real quick, man. I saw, we had a couple comments, on the podcast from the previous clip that we had on there talking about Gilbert Arenas, and some interesting comments, and interesting takes, from some people on this Gilbert Arenas thing, man. But I want to ask you: is there any clarification or anything that you feel you could make on this Gilbert Arenas situation?
No, no. I took a look at some of the comments, and I don't normally do that. You
Yeah,
brought it up.
yeah, yeah,
I
yeah. I brought it. Yeah,
Look, we do this, and we pass the time with it. This is a passion of ours, so we're just this is something that we just enjoy doing. We're not professionals. We're not we're not journalists. We are your everyday average fan.
that's it.
Okay,
Yep,
and we
yep.
just like to talk ball. But at some point, it's like we're men, and we are of a particular genre in terms of ethnicity and all these other different things, right?
Yep.
And at the end of the day, I believe I can speak for you on this as well. We want to see people who particularly look like us to succeed and do well.
Absolutely.
We root for people, right? All people, but especially people that we can like kind of identify with.
Yeah, yeah.
We want them to do well. Okay, so when I made the comment about Gilbert Arenas, right? Whether some of these comments are, I don't understand the comments, right? But he got hit with illegal gambling, right? He's gambling, right? It's unsanctioned, right? There's no, you got to have paperwork, you got to have like legal papers in order to do something like that, to the degree that they said that he was doing it. This is all speculation. These are allegations. I don't know if it's true or not. We don't know if he's guilty or not. This is just what's been reported. Okay.
Right.
In my comment, all I said was when he was in his playing days, actions like that got him in trouble. Okay. It got him in trouble, and it really spiraled out of control to where it became a disruption with the team, to where firearms were drawn in the locker room. This is what was reported. This is what happened, right?
Mhm.
These are facts. This is what happened.
Yeah.
And all I'm saying is, like, you made all this money. You were very successful as a ball player. That action derailed you for a little bit, okay? To where like you weren't, I think the Wizards, they like he got
Yeah.
kicked
That was it.
out
Yeah. Yeah. He was
after
done.
a period of time.
Yeah.
And he was never the same after that, right? The caliber player he was, and the opportunities that he was getting to perform as a starter, and all, he just wasn't, he never recaptured, that limelight.
Right.
Now, fast forward to present day, he's now reinvented himself in the podcast world, very successful. He's very
Doing well.
entertaining. Love
Yeah.
listening to him. He has a lot to offer. And I felt that he was on this upward trajectory to, at some point, some big time media outlet, they were going to pull him in, whether it's ESPN, Fox Sports, someone was going to tap and be like, look, we want you on this station as a pundit, right? You can keep your podcast, and maybe he can like write his own check, right?
Right. Right. Right.
Negotiate his own deal,
Yeah.
similar to what Shannon Sharp had done at one point, and the other guy, I can't remember his name, the ex-punter. Anyway,
Oh yeah.
but but he was going to be able to really catapult his podcast career.
Yeah.
And then he gets in trouble for this very same thing. All I'm saying is, look, I don't care if you feel like he's being treated unfairly. Some comments on there talking about crime has always existed in some way, some form of the other. I don't know what point that's trying to make. The fact is, it's a crime. Whether you like it or not,
Right.
whether you like it or not, if these allegations are true,
Yeah.
it's a crime. He shouldn't have done it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the fact of the matter is, what I don't understand is, if you have all of this success going on and you have all of these future opportunities that are going to potentially come your way, why even put yourself in that position? Why put yourself in that? That's what I don't, and maybe it's not for me to understand, because maybe I don't have a gambling problem.
Right.
Because it sounds like a gambling problem.
That's exactly what it sounds like.
Okay.
Yeah.
And people that want to defend it, maybe you got a gambling problem too,
Yeah, baby.
right?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like you got like millions of dollars at your that's at your fingertips if you continue to do what you're doing because you have, ex-ball player that was great. You have charisma, you know how to articulate yourself, right? You're well spoken, you're entertaining.
Right.
You
Yeah.
you have everything.
Right.
And now you've put all of that into your show and you got good guests coming in, you have, correspondents that are coming in as well, and you're riffing, you're vibing with each other. And again, you are entertaining.
Yeah.
I want to see more of it. I
Yeah.
watch. But
Yeah.
you're gonna do this and you're gonna derail it, and then you got people out there like defending that. I don't understand. It's like, so now it's like, like let him be him. It's like you want him to fail.
Right.
Right? I don't
Right.
care. You can't convince me. Your arguments, these arguments on these comments are stupid.
Yeah. I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
It's stupid because now all I'm saying is don't put yourself in a position, right, to lose out on great opportunities that you can see coming down the line,
Yes.
right? For what?
For what? For what?
That's all. That's it.
Yeah. And you make some great points because check it out. You look at Cam Newton. Cam Newton started his podcast. He
Yep.
ended up where? On ESPN.
Yep.
So he has segments that they bring him in on ESPN. Okay. You never know where that could lead. That could lead, different places, whatever. Okay. But he made it there to ESPN. Like you were saying with Gilbert Arenas, dude, you building your platform, you doing good. Keep it going, bro. Don't why? I don't know. I can't even answer the question why. It just don't make sense. It don't make sense. And it's stupid and it's idiotic for someone to jeopardize, what could have been multi. I mean, I know you're making money now and the podcast is doing, but think about the platform that you could be building, taking it to the next level. And really, it could be, I don't even know how it all came out, but it seems to me that somebody either in his camp or somebody somewhere said something for it to get out in the first place. However, what that's telling you is the people that you're surrounding yourself with or who's around you don't have your back.
Right.
I mean,
Because
yeah,
how did they even find out he was
that's what I'm
gambling
saying. How?
unless somebody snitched?
That's
Right.
the way.
Right. But here's the thing. But that's not what these people is commenting about. Right. They commenting about us saying that he shouldn't be doing it. And how we're making like our points on valid, and that one of these comments say, oh, gambling has always existed. Yeah, gambling has always
Yeah.
existed. We didn't say gambling didn't exist. There are now laws about how you operate, right? Gambling environments and entities. Obviously, not obviously, but per the allegations, he didn't abide by those laws. He didn't sign the right paperwork. He didn't get the right requests in and get the permissions that were needed in order to do it.
The bottom line is you've been in trouble with this before. Why are you going to do it again? That's what I'm saying. You've been in trouble with this before. You see what happened. So why are you going to continue to do it? Anyway, man, for the people commenting, you got to think.
Right.
That's
And
what I'm
the thing
saying.
is too, right? Because like this is, we supposed to be talking football, right? But the fact is that we talked about this because this was a spinoff on the Shannon Sharp situation, right? Another situation, right? People look like me and you.
Yep.
Doing dumb things.
Yep.
That's now causing you opportunities. You were on your way, right, to being like a recurring guest on ESPN, right? You were a recurring guest, and that was they were going to sign a mega deal with you.
Yes.
Okay. Mega deal with you. Your podcast is doing great, still doing great, but you were going to get into that upper echelon, right? And now what?
You know what? Real quick on this, I think, this, and I was just thinking about this as you was talking. When sometimes people self-sabotage themselves when they are doing well. You want a trajectory and you going well and you doing stuff and you making it happen and things are going too good. They have to sabotage themselves. They have to do something that is going to make it crumble. It baffles me every time when things like this happen because you are going on a trajectory. I don't know if they see it or they don't see it or what, they're blind to it, but they find a way to sabotage themselves.
I think what it is, they are doing the same things they were doing before they got that level of success. I know Shannon has always been successful
Yeah.
on the football field.
Yeah.
But he was still operating as if he was a football player, right? Now you're a business.
Mm-hmm.
Your name is a business,
Mm-hmm.
right? You're building an empire, right?
Yep.
You operate enough, but you're still operating as if you're a tight end playing for the Denver Broncos. You can't do that.
Can't do it.
So at some point, you got to stop doing certain things, or at least do it more discreetly if you're going to do it, right? See, that's the problem. Like the billionaires, they're not doing. I mean, we know they're not clean. Like everybody has a vice. Everybody got stuff that they're doing that if you were to like look behind the curtain, you would be like, okay, you're not supposed to be doing that. But they do it in a way where they don't get caught.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Or they have the right connects that can cover it up for them.
That could cover it up. Yeah.
If you can't do that, then you need either not to do it, right? Or just find another way of doing it.
Yeah. Or don't do it at all, man.
Or don't do it at all.
Don't do it at all.
Don't do it at all, right?
Yeah.
But when you dealing with, ladies that he's dealing with and having them record you saying these crazy things about choking you out, and then you want to say, we was playing.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on. Again, that's
on.
not smart. Not smart.
It's just not smart.
Yeah.
I don't like that's your business.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But when it gets put out into a public forum for everyone to now consume, it's no longer your personal business.
That's right.
That is your voice. You said that. Whether it's being misconstrued or it's taken out of context, it very well may be. I'm not denying that. But the fact now is that she can weaponize that against you, and you allowed her to do that.
She knew what she was doing.
Was it smart? He didn't know what he was doing.
He didn't know, but she knew. She knew. She had a plan.
No. She knew what she was doing. What I'm saying is he didn't know what he was doing.
Yeah. Silly.
Yeah.
Anyway, man. So before we hopped on, I know you might still be watching the Browns game right now.
Still playing right now. Yeah.
Still playing. Okay. Shador Sanders coming out with his first start, and I know previous podcasts we had talked about Shador Sanders ad nauseum. And how's he looking, man? How he looking?
Yeah, he's playing good. He's playing good. I watched every snap up until the beginning of the third quarter. He started off just slow, not bad, just slow, right? Which would be expected for any rookie quarterback coming in. You had to kind of get your bearings, get your feet set, understand the speed of the game.
Yeah.
And he went out there. They gave him a lot of easy throws, and he was hitting them. Right? Yeah. He was hitting the screens. He was hitting the checkdowns. Next thing you know, man, he threw 2 touchdowns. One was they got put in really good field position because Carolina, their rookie, Trevor Etienne, he's the brother Travis Etienne.
Yeah.
He muffed the punt, so it gave them good field position, like around the 10-yard line.
Yeah.
And Shador, he got the ball and threw a touchdown into the end zone. Good pass, good read.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. That touchdown, it was like, I think that was like his second or third read.
Okay.
So he's going through his progressions, he's making the right reads, and he's accurate. The second one, he had to move around in the pocket a little bit, and he hit the guy, and it was a very tight window. He had 2 defenders collapsing right on the play, and he got it right in between those guys, and the receiver, he got it in the corner of the end zone, tap, touchdown.
Okay.
So he looks solid. He looks good.
Okay. I mean,
and go ahead.
No. Finish.
No, I was going to say, one would say, oh, it's preseason, and you don't want to make too much of it, and you don't want to make much of a big deal out of it. Yesterday in limited action, I saw Anthony Richardson. He didn't look that good, and the play where he got hurt, it was based on the fact that he didn't understand the protection and where the pressure was coming from, and he got blown up. As a third-year veteran, like he should have known that where the pressure's coming from to better protect himself.
Right.
Don't have enough, right? You have 4 and you got 5 coming at you. You should know, right? You should have been able to read that. So that's one. After him, after he went down, you had Daniel Jones come in and he finished the game. He didn't look good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't look good,
I could tell you that one.
right?
Yeah.
And then in this very same game with Shador, you got Andy Dalton playing on the other side.
Right.
He's not looking good.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm just comparing and contrasting Shador with, some of the guys, and he looks
Yeah.
solid. And the game doesn't look too big for him. He's not getting too high, he's not getting too low. He's doing a little bit of the watch celebration, right? That's
Yeah.
fine. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so far so good for him.
Yeah. So, was he playing against first and second team
No,
defense?
no, he wasn't.
Okay.
These are all twos, right? But again,
Who's?
Andy Dalton playing against the twos too,
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
right? With the twos, right? Anthony Richardson, I don't think, well, he only played for like a couple of snaps, but Daniel Jones, he played against the
Yeah.
twos.
Yeah.
He didn't look good.
Didn't
So,
look good. Yeah. No, I mean, that's impressive, man. That's impressive that, what I heard, like what they're saying is he's fourth on the depth chart in Cleveland. Yeah, I hadn't seen the other guys play, so let me not say I've seen Kenny Pickett play.
okay. Yep.
I've seen Kenny Pickett play, and Kenny.
No.
All right, okay,
Kenny looked
and
like he
then
about
I
to
don't know.
lose the job.
Right. And I don't know what Dylan Gabriel looks like. And then you got Joe Flacco, right? So I was watching ESPN earlier today. Stephen A. Smith was on, and they were saying, what can he do for himself? Can he hurt himself with this game? If he has a bad game, then people are gonna say, yeah, well, there you go. That's why he's a fourth string quarterback. Or if he plays well, then people will be like, okay, yeah. So Stephen A. Smith was like he's rooting for him. He think he's gonna do good. And he's gonna play well. And like you say, I think he has been preparing himself for it and really studying and knowing the playbook and being around football and being he's learned some things. Obviously, with Deion Sanders being his dad, they. But I think he put himself in position to be successful. And I think you had mentioned this offline that the game doesn't appear bigger than it is for him. Yes,
Right.
it's the second team, but like you said, these other quarterbacks that's supposed to be starters, as in Richardson, didn't look that well.
Right.
And for him coming out, knowing that he was starting, knowing all the pressure, knowing that people are out there looking at him and expecting him to not do good, and for him to perform, that's a lot of pressure. That's performing under pressure. So not bad, man. Not bad. Not
Yep.
bad.
Yep.
We'll see. I know this week coming up, they are gonna be holding joint practices with the Eagles, and I think the Eagles we have a preseason game coming in later on next week. So we'll
Yeah.
see if Dylan Gabriel is back, if Kenny Pickett is back. I know they were dealing with hamstring issues. I want to see if he moves up any on the depth chart after this week, or if they even trade. I've heard rumors that they may trade Kenny Pickett. I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen.
Mm.
So if I was them, I was not going to be playing Kenny Pickett. I'll tell you that much. You wasting your time there. I mean, you might as well just move on. Like I say, Dylan Gabriel, I don't know. Never seen the kid play. I don't know. Maybe he's solid. But, I've seen a couple clips, and with him dropping back, and, I saw some clips in practice, and he was throwing it to the defense. That's all I got to say. And so, hey, we don't know what's going to happen. Joe Flacco is not going to last the entire season.
Right.
He's not. So it's going to be one of them that got to step up, and we'll see what happens with that. That remains to be seen. So, but I'm glad he's playing well.
Yeah, he looks like he's on pace to possibly get that backup spot
Yeah.
if he keeps this up.
Yeah.
Because now he's proven that he should get more reps in
Mhm.
practice, which
Absolutely.
that's what they're all fighting for at this juncture.
Yeah.
And Dylan Gabriel, I believe he's not playing because he's hurt. I think he has a sore hamstring.
Right.
That kind of puts him at a disadvantage. Kenny Pickett is hurt too, but you got tape on Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
You got plenty tape on him.
Yeah.
You kind of know what you got.
Yeah. You know what you're gonna get.
Right. So
Hey, look, like they say, when you prepared and you ready and you get the opportunity, hey, take advantage of it. So
Yep.
taking
That's what he did.
advantage of it. Yep, taking advantage of it. So what I really want to see, man, I know this preseason game tomorrow, your Rams against the Dallas Cowboys. I mentioned this to you, before we got started, but Dak Prescott needs to play. He needs to start. He needs to be out there. He needs to be throwing that ball. They need to put their first team offense out there because Dak Prescott needs to play. Do not let Dak Prescott sit out this whole preseason and think you're gonna win. I'm telling you, Dak Prescott needs to be out there all 4 of these games. Or how many preseason games? 3. But he needs to be out there every game, at least for at least 3 or 4 series.
You know, I don't know if he needs to play that much. I don't. I mean, I think Dak has proven what he is. I'm not saying that he's all world. I'm not saying he's a top 10 quarterback, but you know what you're going to get out of Dak. A couple of preseason games is not going to catapult him to elite status. Okay. Cowboys don't want to hear that, but it's not. I'm not saying Dak is a bad quarterback either.
Right. Yeah.
You're not putting him up with the Joe Burrows and Josh Allen's and Lamar Jackson's, right? He's not there. But my concern is a little bit different because I think, and I've mentioned this before, Joe Milton, the kid they picked up from the Patriots,
Yeah.
he's going to get a lot of snaps, and if he does what I think he can do, then I think a lot of eyeballs are going to start focusing his way, and you're going to get the decision makers wondering, hey, do we need to now consider him to be the next guy, right? Because if at some point during the season Dak isn't doing what he needs to do, or if Dak gets hurt and Joe Milton takes over, you could get a situation where he doesn't relinquish that.
You don't get your job back. Yeah. So I'm looking at. I was just looking it up. They say Dak Prescott is not expected to start Dallas Cowboys' first preseason game against the Rams on Saturday. So, all right, man.
Yeah, no, I don't expect him to, right? I don't expect him to. He shouldn't. He
Yeah.
really shouldn't. He's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the league. You got to protect that investment. There's a lot of like all that money invested in him. You don't want to put him in harm's way for a preseason game, especially the first one. The Rams don't play their starters at all,
At all. Yeah.
season, all
Yeah.
preseason.
Yeah.
So I get that he's earned that, but it's
Yeah.
just that he's there's a unique situation where I just think they have a quarterback in the wing that is more talented than he is. And if he's able to kind of put the pieces together and actually play the position right, that could be trouble for Dak.
Yeah. I mean, I know Joe Milton is one of those quarterbacks that he has the talent, and given the opportunity,
Mm-hmm.
he will make the most of his opportunity. I know that for sure, and he can make the most of his opportunity. And again, I watch, at least the teams in our division. I watch, some of their practices, and I go and see what's going on and see what they're doing. And I don't know. This might just have been people putting, because people could put reels together that make it look like the person isn't doing well, but Dak wasn't doing well, and Joe Milton was looking, he was looking legit. So and this is in their preseason. I mean, he was hitting receivers. He was coming out the pocket. Dak throwing interceptions and not getting. So I know that's not the okay. That's
Yeah.
not the
Yeah.
that's just a small sample size, right? That's just a small sample size. So I'm not saying anything that Milton is showing up Dak, but like you said, he need to be on his P's and Q's. And again, now what that brings is that brings pressure. So if you because he knows, if I get injured, this is Dak. If Dak says to himself, if I get injured and this dude comes in, I may not get my job back. Not only that you may not get your job back, you may not even be with the Cowboys anymore after that. Because at this point, Cowboys could be like, and this is the second year in a row. he gets injured, and we paid him all this money, and we're not getting any return out of this, from Dak. So, hey, it's a very volatile situation there in Dallas when it comes to quarterback position, because you got your money.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got to prove it, and it's not going to be easy. Not in the NFC East. You got Jaden Daniels there. I mean, it's not going to be easy. I mean, yeah. So, you got to prove your point, prove your worth. So we'll see, man. We'll see what they doing. But I'm definitely going to be tuning into that game. I just want to see. I want to see you guys. Both you teams. We play y'all in the regular season. So I want to see. Granted, you guys are not playing your starters. We know that. But I just
Yeah, we're not playing our stars, but we got a couple of rookies that I definitely want to see on the field. We got the tight end from Oregon. I kind of want to see what he can do. And then the running back from Auburn, Jacquez Hunter.
mm-hmm.
I'm really interested to see how he performs. We just paid Kyron Williams. Kyron Williams, I mean, he deserves the contract. He's a solid running back.
Yeah.
He lacks game-breaking ability though. And that is a proponent that we need. I think that held us back last year, the last couple of years. I think things might have been a little bit different if we had a playmaker at the running back position
Yeah.
for us.
Yeah.
But he does everything well. He protects, he understands the schemes, he can catch, he can block, right? But when you want him to do a little bit above the X's and O's,
Right.
and if the play is supposed to get you 10 yards, he can't get you 15. He can't get you 20,
Yeah.
right? He definitely can't get you 30.
Yeah.
So we need someone who can kind of get us a little bit over the hump when it comes to making a play that wasn't a part of the original scheme itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Some individual effort. And so this Jacquez Hunter guy, he supposedly has some game-breaking speed. I don't know if it's elite or not, but he seems to be pretty fast.
Yeah.
Tough downhill runner. So we'll see. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
McVay seems to like him. They when I watched the clip when we drafted him, they said that was the running back that they wanted.
Okay. All right.
So we'll.
Yeah. Slot him in there and see make it a competition, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, man. So, rest of these preseason games coming up, it's so far so good. Checked out a couple games yesterday. We know, like you said, Anthony Richardson went out with that injury
Mm-hmm.
yesterday, but it is what it is to be expected
Mm-hmm.
when you look at these games. I know, I was watching the Eagles game against Cincinnati last night, and Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they was lighting it up, man. They were doing their thing. I mean, making it look easy. They scored 14. I mean, it was boom, boom, boom.
Y'all played y'all starters on defense? Oh, wait. What are we talking about? It's different. Like, I mean, they're not rookies, right? So
Right.
these two, they've been to a Super Bowl. So
Yeah,
I would
yeah.
expect them to light up some second stringers on the defensive side.
Yeah.
No, the Bengals, there's a sense of urgency that they have to execute now because they've had numerous seasons now where they started slow.
Yeah.
Right. And so now going into this season with the defense is even worse than it was last year.
Dude, let me tell you.
And the defense last year was bad.
Yeah.
So they can't afford to start slow.
From what I saw last night,
Mm-hmm.
we had our second stringer. So Tanner McKee, who I was telling you about.
So I saw the stats. I intently I made it a point to look out for because I remember you talking about him.
Yes. The kid is legit. And let me tell you, they were our second stringers in the game. No offensive starters played. Not the line, not the running back, not receivers, not quarterback, nobody. And this was Kansas City's number one Cincinnati's number one defense. And they were getting shredded. Boy, they in trouble.
He was 20 of 25.
They in trouble.
20 of 25?
Let me tell you, and this is with this is with dudes. This is with dudes who I didn't even know on the Eagles. I mean, this is with receivers. I mean, they
Who
was
was
getting.
who was Darius Cooper?
That's what. Look, look. I'm telling you, they were getting shredded, and that was their starting defense. They're gonna be in trouble, man.
Yeah, they're in
They
trouble.
are going to be in trouble. I mean, Chase and they're gonna do their thing. They're gonna do their thing on offense.
Mm-hmm.
That defense is in big trouble, man. I don't know what they're gonna do. They in trouble. So, whoo, boy, yeah. Anyway, that's
Tanner
that.
McKee. Do you see it? Well, I don't see that happening, but you think y'all gonna flip him?
I think so. I think he's still on his rookie contract. So this is his third year, and he's in his rookie contract. And the reason why we traded Kenny Pickett, so we got rid of Kenny Pickett because we knew this dude was solid.
Yeah.
To get him out of here because we knew this dude was solid. He's never check this out. This kid has never played a live, real NFL game. Beside a little bit last year when Jalen got hurt for a little bit, couple plays, and then he came in and he was lighting it up. But he's never started a real game. And for them to get rid of Kenny Pickett, who was a number one draft pick, for this dude, come on, man, come on. So yeah, but I think what the Eagles are, they did a really good job with scouting him and picking him. But he is going to be someone that he's not going to stay there for long, man. People are going to pick him off. He's gonna. If the Eagles don't give him a contract, something coming up after his rookie expires next year, he's going to be gone. He's going to be a draft. He's going to be some collateral that the Eagles could collect for for another quarterback. But he's solid. I think he could go. He could go somewhere. He could go to the Giants. He could go. He could go to Indianapolis for that. For all that matters, there.
Steichen could use him.
Yeah, yeah. There's quite a few places where he could go. And again, besides, you got scheme, you got all this stuff, right? Okay, so all of that got to fit. But if it fits with his style, totally different style from Jalen, by the way. But if it fits, hey, he's putting them in some tight spots too. He was looking good.
What's the contrast of the styles? You said it's completely different.
Yeah, I mean, Jalen is absolutely. Jalen is on the run. Jalen is moving. This dude is a pure pocket passer. Pure. He's not running. He's in the pocket. He's gonna stand in there like Tom Brady, and he ain't moving. He's gonna make these subtle moves in the pocket. He's not running. He could run, but this dude is pure. And when I'm telling you, there was some tight windows that he put that ball in last night. Yeah, yeah, he's legit.
That's
Legit.
interesting. Yes. Speaking of quarterbacks, and I'm seeing a trend, a theme here in terms of these starters and the backups. I saw a report on the Bears,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
I'm always interested in, because Caleb Williams was one of my favorite quarterbacks in college to watch when he
Right.
was
Right.
playing with USC. And I always knew that it would take a particular coach to be able to unlock him the right way, because he's not a traditional quarterback.
Right.
He's talented than most quarterbacks, but he's not like your pure 7-step, 5-step drop, play action, center type of quarterback. And so, and we talked about this a couple of podcasts ago with Ben Johnson. And as much as Ben Johnson is a brilliant offensive minded coach, I'm starting to wonder if his scheme is, complementary to Caleb Williams. So one of the reports that came out on their camp is that he was calling the current state of affairs with the starters sloppy.
Yeah.
Right? That it's sloppy. It's not where he wants it to be. Of course, he put a positive spin on it. We're still working through it, but the adjective he used was, it was sloppy, right? That was the concerning part. And then when they asked him about the backup quarterback, right, Tyson Badgett, I know I'm butchering his name, but I liked him from when they picked him. They drafted him the year before Caleb.
Okay. Yeah.
And I remember watching his story when he was in college. He came from a very small college. His dad was a pro arm wrestler.
Okay.
Okay. But his dad groomed him to be a quarterback from when he was a young kid and basically championed his way through college,
Yeah.
made him go to a small college so that he can learn how to be a prototypical, like a pro style quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So he goes to college and he breaks all these records with the small school. He gets picked up by the Bears. And I remembered his rookie season he had to play because I think Fields got hurt.
Yeah.
And he played like I think 2 games, 2 or 3 games.
Yeah.
He was solid for a
Yeah.
rookie.
Yeah.
Solid.
Yeah.
So I said to myself, man, they should really just try to stick with this guy, right?
Right. Right.
So anyway, long story short, when they asked Ben Johnson about him, Ben Johnson was like, I'm impressed. He's focused,
Yeah.
right? He pays attention to detail.
Yeah.
And he's
Uh-huh.
like
Yeah.
completely like it's the
Yeah.
opposite of what
Yeah.
he's saying about Caleb and the starters. And Tyler, like Badgett, he's more akin to like the Jared Goff style of play.
I got you. Yeah. He is.
He's a little bit more athletic than Goff,
Yeah.
but he's technically sound,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Mechanics, drops, play action, can turn his back to the defense, whip it back around and find his locations, right?
Right.
I'm starting to get a little bit concerned.
Mm,
And maybe it could be much to do about nothing,
right.
but I want to monitor this, and it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out if and when, because
Right.
everybody goes through a rough patch.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
I wonder if Ben Johnson is going to have the type of patience he's going to need with Caleb, because basically what's happening with Caleb, they're breaking him down and trying to build him back up to play quarterback the way they want him to play. I don't know. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. That's going to be interesting. I don't know if that's going to work.
Yeah. See, again, that's the same thing. What happened with Justin Fields? I
Yeah.
mean, they trying to get him to play a certain way. That's not his style. And so again, here we go. So yeah, definitely going to be watching that situation with the Bears. And I would like to get, our Bears fan on this, just to talk. I would really like to get some insight on that, to see what he says about this. But maybe that's another podcast. Try and see what the deal is there. So yeah, man. So we'll see. We'll see what it's
Yeah.
worth.
You'll see. I'm gonna
Yeah.
finish watching a couple of these games. I'm gonna watch tomorrow's games, and yeah, we can pick back up.
Yeah. We'll jump back on tomorrow.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
get Doc. I think Doc will we'll bring him on after their Vikings game as well.
Okay. All right. Yeah, man.
All right.
All right.
Bye, man.
All right. Later.
Later.